Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy D again. I'm back with another exciting video. So into this video, we're gonna be taking a look at AutoTune. Yeah, it's been a while since I last did video on AutoTune. So in this video, let's know a bit about AutoTune. Let's know how to get the perfect sounding AutoTune on your performance, right? This video I'm going to be using my own performance. If you've been following the channel, this song is made purposely for tutorial, right? So let's go with the same lyrics and then let's apply AutoTune. So this is my mixing chain. I don't yet have the AutoTune, so I'm going to load the AutoTune. So alright, so we have our AutoTune Pro. Yeah, this is the AutoTune I'll be using. It's for my performances. Yeah, I love it. I've used it for a long time now. Yeah. Okay, so one of the stuff I love this AutoTune for is the package. There's this auto key plugin come with the AutoTune that I always use, because sometimes I don't just figure out the key of my song easily, except I use some stuff to help me out. You feel me? Yeah. All right, now let's then load up the auto key. I usually load it on my master bus. Here is it, auto key, and this is the version 2. Okay, this is how it look. So what this plugin literally do is it's gonna process the beat, the instrumental of your song, and then detect whatever key you are working with and then you can send that key directly to your AutoTune from the plugin. So let's put that in action. So there are two places I usually go about detecting. The first area is sometimes from the starting. So you're gonna hit this listing tab here, right? Everything is activated. You hit the listing tab and it's going to tell you listening. All you have to do, just play the audio in the back. So in my case, say F major red. To be sure, I go again, and we still have the same F sharp major red. Okay, so the next one I do is I do it at the point where I know my voice is about to drop in. Okay, this is where my voice is about to drop in. So if you hear the energy of the progression here is far different from the previous one, right? So let's hear here to see what happened. Hit the listing again. And then here we say E flat minor, right? And then beneath here we have the same F sharp major, right? Since here is where I'm singing, I'm now going to send this E flat minor straight to my project. And so to send that, you hit the send to AutoTune here, boom, and now we have it. Now you can off the plugin here, or you can use my regular way of it here. We are done with the auto key right now. Now if we open up our AutoTune here, we're now going to have our pitch already set to E flat minor. Now we can go ahead to activate our vocal back. In the process of scanning, do not leave your voice on. You have to off your voice so you will get just the key of the beat, and then you apply it to your voice. Keep that in mind. Nobody fighting your brother. Yeah, now we have our AutoTune. So this were the AutoTune my raw performance. Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. Yeah, and this with the AutoTune on the default setting. Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. Yeah, kind of still feeling realistic, right? You know me, I love it raw. Yeah. Okay, now let's come to the point where we made this video. That is, we are going to tweak some parameters on the AutoTune to bring this performance to life. Let's do that right now. Now first, I'm going to start up with the retune speed. First is start up with the key, but since we have already done the process of the key, now let's go to the next area, the retune speed. So sometimes depend the range you are singing on. If you are singing on auto, then you come here, but more often we mostly use auto, right? But just in case you are using your baritone, that is your low pitch, I do use that sometimes. You're going to take low male voice here. That is, the AutoTune is going to work more in that range of your performance. So if you are using the bass voice, the baritone, you take low male voice, the AutoTune is going to go from the let's say 200 range, from the 200 hertz range all the way to your 30 hertz range of your frequency. That's where the AutoTune is going to target the most. And if you take the auto and the tenor here, the AutoTune is going to work most within the mid range to the high mid range of your vocal performance. And the soprano, that is if you are using your head tune, then you know it explains itself already, right? So let's leave to the auto here. Now let's come to the reduce speed here. This is how much of the auto tune you want to be applied. Let's just talk it like that, right? Yeah, how much of the auto tune. Now in most cases we take to 0, depend the performance, the artist, in the type of songs. Some of the artists might be great, but depends the journey, like trap music. Intentionally you tend to 0, so it just gives that kind of a trappy feelings and stuff like that, right? But for my case, you know, I love my performance to also come true. So what I do use a lot of AutoTune, honestly, but more often I stop at 10, or if I'm going crazy, I stop at 6, which I did for this performance.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be here making life better.
Now you can hear the auto-tune effect a little bit on my voice, right? If I take to 10.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be here making life.
You're still hearing the auto-tune, but you're not hearing that kind of a phasiness, right? If the auto-tune is too much, sometimes it tends to bring in the fizziness on top of your voice, you know, that kind of like frequency rep and sweet, which can be interesting at times, man. And I wanted it, so I've added here, and there are still some stuff we can play with. So in some cases that you are doing this on a rap vocal or on podcast, do you know that people add auto-tune on some of this talking? I'm telling you, bro. So if you want the auto-tune to be there and then you still want that talking to feel as natural, that's when you're going to use this flex tune. So what this flex tune basically is kind of a bringing back in your realistic feel, right? That is, if I take this auto-tune to the highest 0 and then push this flex tone all the way up, it's gonna feel like I didn't add auto-tune to this performance at all. That's for short, you feel me? All right, so let's put this in action. Let's then keep the auto-tune to 6 here, and then let's push the flex tone up a bit.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be here making life better. Why you be chasing clouds?
So you realize when I took this all the way to here now?
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
We just drop the auto-tune, to be honest with you, and then let's take back to 0.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
At this point, we are now hearing back the auto-tune, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, sometimes I don't use it at all, and I'm not going to use it in this case. But yeah, you can use it if that's what you want, you feel me? And then let's come to this section called the format of the auto-tune. This format is also the modern type of auto-tune stuff, you feel me? That is, the auto-tune is there, but it's kind of a feeling like it's not there. And using this modern mode, so if you come to this classic mode here, you're going to have the format deactivated. If you come to the modern here, you're going to have the format activated. You feel me? So that's just all you're going to have. And once you are on this classic mode, you're also going to have this flex tune deactivated. That is, you are going to be activating the back end of the auto-tune when we're using the auto-tune. Gosh, Evo. Yeah, when we're using AutoTune Evo, that's the type of mode you're going to be activating once you are on the classic. That is because back then we didn't had all of these, flex tune, stuff. We just push our auto-tune, and then whether it's sounding your voice, it's not sounding your voice, we careful. Yeah. All right, now let's come to the modding, and I'm going to activate this format. So this format, if I activate it, I can then put on the fire rate. I'm going to be bringing some low mid texture. That's going to make the voice feel kind of a robotic. Let me put this in action.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
And then if you take to the far left, it's going to make it feel tummy.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be making life better.
Yeah, so that's for the feeling. And if it's in the middle here, it's not going to apply Tommy is not going to apply a robot, but it's going to kind of a little bit dry up the auto tune. Yeah, let's hear it.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
And then let's off it.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
And then let's on it.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
So whenever I use this on my own voice performance, I feel like it brings some body of the voice back. You understand? Because without this, the voice just feel like it's being controlled fully by the auto tune. But whenever I activate this, it brings some of that realistic feel back to my performance. Right? And that's the most reason I use this on my own personal performance. Yeah. Yeah, I do use this on some of my clients. Depends, some of them they are just kind of allow the auto tune sound on my voice. You feel me? So for me, for my own decision making, it's always on, bro, for sure. Now let's come to this natural vibrato area here. So this vibrato is kind of the style you play with your voice, right? So you have some people singing, more especially these karaoke singers that kind of do. You see, all of those stuff are there right now. That's the vibrato, the wavy stuff, the movement that is within your singing. That's the vibrato. So with this natural vibrato mode, if you take less like this, you're gonna be reducing your human natural vibrato. You're gonna be like kind of making it feel more computerized. Let's use that phrase. And if you take more right, you're gonna be bringing back your human vibrato, right? So in my case, I don't really play with this area, but sometimes if I'm playing with it, I just come to minus 0.6 like this. I just be around here. That is, I've taken a little bit of my natural human vibrato and then make it feel more computerized. Yeah, so that's how I do this on my own performance for sure. And then if we come to this harmonize here, this harmonize is kind of adding some harmonic character to the voice. Yeah, in the sense that it's not, I'm not going to really compare it with the double up plugin we'll be using to add some choruses. No, I'm not going to do that because it's not as powerful as that. But this adds some texture to the voice and also help you to control the high pitch frequencies whenever you are using auto tune on them, right? It helps to control them to make them feel more in shape, and at the same time sometimes it just made you feel like, man, it made the voice feel like, oh, bro, I'm kind of hearing the auto tune effect shaking. So in my case, what I would recommend for this is don't go crazy with it, or don't just use it, you feel me? Or go ahead and use it. But my honest recommendation is don't go crazy with it, you feel me? Yeah. So in some cases, I stop at 30% here, or I just be at 10%, or I don't use it at all. So let's go ahead to put this in action.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life.
That's where I'm using it. Let's go to 100%.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be here making life better.
So you see, for this performance, what it did, it also helped to dry up the auto tune. It make the top part of the auto tune feel not shaking anymore. You feel me? But at this, it was kind of giving me a little bit of shake, which I do love for this performance. I love the shake. I love the way it was shaking. Yeah. So I'm not using this, bro. I'm not using this. Yeah. So that's for the overall UI of this plugin. This the stuff you're gonna be wanting to do whenever you open up this AutoTune plugin. Yeah, for this tracking mode, you won't want to play with it most. This coming in there depend on the space you record your sound in. Maybe if you have some background noise coming in more, then you're gonna be playing with this tracking. But me, I make sure that I try my best as high as possible to get less noise coming in. So I don't usually come here, you feel me? And this is the transpose section of the plugin to transpose your voice. Let's go.
Nobody fighting your brother. We are just making life. We be here making life better. Why you be chasing class?
Yeah, so that's the transpose section. And once stuff you can hold Alt and then click whatever parameter is going to set to the default. You feel me? Yes, guys. And this big one in the middle here show you how the auto tune is kind of moving. And we also have the graph mode. We have the advanced mode. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to go that in this video. If you want to know about that, let me know in the comment section. I may do a video on that. Yes, the graph mode. I may do a video on that. And yes, the advanced mode. I will also do your video on that based off if you want to see that video. Yes, guys. So that's it for the plugin. This is actually what I want to talk to you about AutoTune. So I hope you're able to capture one or two from this video to apply to your next mix and then come up with the best AutoTune setting ever. With all that being said, I hope to catch you on the next video.